Get the comfy chair!
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
And I know we talked about it last time. We were going to try and do comfy chairs every other show, really. And we just keep forgetting. We literally forget and hit and just talk about the film we were going to talk about. So we thought we'd do a bit of a catch-up and actually do one more full comfy chair episode. And then from that point on, we will do comfy chairs every other episode. You know, shorter section, but nonetheless a comfy chair. So, I'm ready to get into it. Shall I go first? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
First one is Furiosa. I went to see Furiosa. Yeah, and I was lucky that my local cinema also had a showing of Fury Road a couple of months ago, and I went, and it was amazing to see Fury Road on the big screen. However, that kind of meant I was always comparing Furiosa to the same big screen experience to Fury Road. Furiosa was good, but it wasn't Fury Road good. Fury Road is kind of very concentrated, isn't it? It's a one-time frame, and you're going from start to end, and that's it. Like Mad Max 2, right? Or 3. Or one's a little more protracted, but 2 and 3 are very, very, the timelines are very short on those. Furiosa spans decades. It's about Furiosa as a young girl right up until just before Fury Road. That's the time scales we're talking about.
Is it about a boy? The one where the character grows up? Boyhood. That's the one. Never mind.
Well, are you talking about Nicholas Hoult now? I don't know what you...
No, I'm just... No, I mean like...
about the movie.
Growing up, yeah.
Yeah, Boyhood. Yeah, no. This is... there's a young girl playing Furiosa, and then we see her kind of getting older and older and turning into Anna Taylor-Joy, or is it Anna Joy-Taylor? I always get that wrong. Who is fantastic in this, and I really like quite a lot of the characters. Chris Hemsworth didn't quite work for me, but it wasn't his fault. I thought he was good, but they made the character... the character was deep down a massive shithill. Massive. Yeah. But they kind of had him jokey and fun and they kept cutting away from what he was doing, so it wasn't quite as impactful, but he was doing horrible things, right? And he's basically just kind of taking on Immortan Joe. Immortan Joe's a much better bad guy in these films. Much better.
So it's Chris Hemsworth fighting Immortan Joe?
Well, kind of, but they make a deal. Instead of fighting, basically Chris Hemsworth wrests control of Gastown. Okay. And then goes and sees Immortan Joe. I'm getting into spoilers a bit, but only I won't. I'll try to avoid any more. But essentially, as an uneasy truce, let's put it that way. But he's a loose cannon, and Immortan Joe starts to get fed up with it. That's kind of it. Meanwhile, Furiosa becomes a major delivery person, basically. She's the main driver. That's what she was in Fury Road. And I'll tell you what, some of the action scenes are unbelievable. How did people not die making this film? It's kind of like that. And there's a little CG, just like there's a little CG in Fury Road, but all it is augmentations of what really going on. So they're really doing this mad shit with these cars. And I really, really liked it. There's a lot of jokes about, Immortan Joe liking his war boys a bit too much and all that kind of because it's funny. It's fun. And some of there's a bit more world building around Immortan Joe's whole thing, which I kind of knew because I read the comics, which fill in a lot of the backstory. There's even, we see someone who could be Max at one point, though it's not apparent. But there is a bit of that. There is also a character in it who is just like Mad Max. He's a leather-clad driving guy. A different actor though. It is a Mad Max. It's somewhat a completely different character, but he is that person. He's that kind of person. There's some really cool stuff in this. It just wasn't as good as Fury Road. I give it like 3.5 or 4 out of 5, that sort of thing. So not bad. I'm glad I saw it on the big screen. I was worried it was going to get pulled before I got a chance to see it because I've been kind of laid up a bit and couldn't get out. But I managed to go see it before it's got pulled because I heard it's like doing really bad at the cinema, so I suspected they were going to pull it any sort of day, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, Furiosa is mine.
Okay, yeah. I keep meaning to get around to go see it, but I never really find the time.
It is worth seeing on the big screen, definitely. And I think you'll enjoy it more if you haven't seen Fury Road recently, to be honest.
Okay.
So you won't be mentally comparing it all the time like I was.
Okay. Okay, so my first one is actually a TV series. It's Godzilla Singular Point. It's Netflix's Godzilla anime.
Okay. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's very like techno jargon heavy. Like it just
techno babble.
There's lots of just techno babble and made up physics that explain how these kaiju they're not like from because it's supposed to be real world Earth, but there seems to be these. It's more like they're cryptids as opposed to giant monsters. Like, because they start out fairly small, all the different monsters that do show up. Like, and it goes a lot into their biology and how they can't exist. So they must come from somewhere where this sort of biology works. Like, for example...
It's absolutely scientifically correct, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, for example, within the first couple of episodes, there's Rodans, plural, that arrive. And they have no stomachs or lungs.
Right.
And their bodies melt before they can really get like a clear view of what's going on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we eventually get... It's a really good show that's kind of built on a lot of like mysticism.
Yeah.
Time plays big factor of it. It's like, okay, so this message... So part of the made-up physics is that there's these... You can basically, using some sort of light refraction, technically send a message back in time.
Yeah.
And part of the final battle is, oh no, the plan has basically been looping constantly for a long time in many, many loops and just improving slightly each time.
Okay.
And it might have worked. It's not really clear. But Godzilla is terrifying in this. He is the most alien he's looked aside from Shin Godzilla. Like he's all crouched like a T-Rex, but his jaw looks... First it looks kind of like a Showa, like the original Showa Godzilla jaw, and then it opens a bit far too wide.
Okay.
And they do a fun thing of Godzilla changing his forms, and each form kind of looks like another kaiju. So, like, he starts off as one, and that's Titanosaurus, and then there's this one that looks kind of like Varan, and then this one that looks like Gorosaurus, and et cetera, et cetera.
He's turned into a Pokemon.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, he does kind of grow a shell, but they, like, start to introduce all the other kaiju, and they're all kind of mixes of multiple kaiju as well. And our main protagonist is actually an engineer who's working on Jet Jaguar.
My favourite.
Jet Jaguar is one of our main characters. So.
Oh, awesome. Oh, man, I'm going to have to watch this now.
Yeah.
Now you've told me that. Okay.
Yeah,
that's weird because I did watch...
for the first one.
I did watch
Shin
Godzilla recently, and it does. But I have to say, I do chuckle a bit at that first iteration, which is like a goofy-looking Stegosaurus with buggy eyes.
That's kind of like pushing itself through Tokyo.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be a tsunami. You notice he does the same thing that a tsunami would do as he like pushes through Tokyo.
Slowly crawling up. Okay, cool. That sounds great. How many episodes is it? Do you know?
13, I believe.
And they're all out, are they?
They're all on Netflix.
They're all out. Okay, that's good. All right, I was going to do this a bit later in the show, but I'll do it now. Godzilla -1. Watched it again. Watched it on Netflix. Netflix is the quality Netflix are putting this out at is very good. It looks really good. Godzilla -1, I think, just gets better with each watch. And it kind of helped me realise how good it was by watching Shin Godzilla before it, because Shin Godzilla, the Godzilla stuff's awesome, but the endless meetings It's just too much. In Shin Godzilla.
That's the point of that movie, but yeah.
It is, I know, but it's so boring. Whereas Godzilla -1, and the reason I've pulled this forward is one phrase you said about Godzilla Singular Point made me think, yeah, that's Godzilla -1, which is, you said, Godzilla is terrified. Godzilla is terrified in Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
He is a beast. He's not a goofy man in a rubber suit stamping around toy tanks. Every time he comes on, something jaw-dropping happens.
Like, oh shit, he's here.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. And the other great thing about this film is when he's not on the screen, it's still a great film.
Yeah.
It's a great drama about survivor guilt, really.
Yeah.
That's his main thing. And rebuilding after emotional damage, physical damage, the city being damaged, how Japan's rebuilding itself. And there must be so much in this film that goes over my head, because I'm not Japanese, and B, I wasn't around at the end of World War II. I don't understand all those. But man, there's a lot going on in this film. And it's Godzilla -1, I think.
Like, just the premise of the main character being a kamikaze pilot who survived is like,
and possibly by avoiding doing his duty, which which feeds into the survivor guilt as well. At one point, one woman castigates him. If you'd have done your duty, we might not have lost. It was that people like you had done your duty, that kind of thing, all the time, constant. And the fact these guys are going out and finding mines on a rickety little boat—that's Jaws, man. There's a whole section that feels like Jaws to me, where Godzilla is the shark, right? It's such an amazing film. I think this is of the classic Godzillas. My favourite is always going to be King Kong versus Godzilla, right? Of the old Godzillas. Though I think my favourite kaiju from that era is probably War of the Gargantuas, actually. But this one is a great film. Not just a great kaiju or a great Godzilla, a great film. Godzilla -1 is pretty much getting as close to 10 out of 10 as you can get without being 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's nearly there. Every time I watch it, I like it more, right?
Yeah. Now, I do a little thing where when I'm watching the films, I very much differentiate between Godzilla and Gojira. This is a Gojira film. This is a horror
you are right.
movie.
It's a Gojira film. And this is scary Godzilla.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the Godzilla minus color.
Yes,
there was a black and white release
too.
version.
And I think when it comes out or when it's available, I'm going to rewatch 54 as well. Watch it as a pair, because I want to see how it feels when you go from Godzilla -1, the prequel, to Godzilla. I just want to get a feel for that. And I mean the proper Japanese version, not the hacked up American version of that film, the 54 film. Anyway, Godzilla -1, terrific film.
Okay.
Back to you.
So, my next one, let me get my notes back because I got distracted looking at Godzilla stuff, is the Planet of the Apes remake trilogy that I watched in the lead up to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Now, those films do very much hold up. It's kind of funny because I watched it with a friend who's never seen them before.
Yeah.
And the first movie, he was kind of laughing because it's really kind of silly when you watch it. And it's like, oh, the monkey is throwing cookies at the other monkeys and it's building rapport. And then the monkeys do a big charge over the bridge and it's like, it's kind of funny. Yeah. And then we watched the second one and Caesar roared that ape will leave you if you leave ape.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, Caesar's scary.
Yeah.
Caesar is a danger.
Yeah.
But, he didn't like the third one as much because of Bad Ape, who's currently doing the rounds as a meme. With oh no, little bit he has where Maurice tries to get him to climb on his back. But, all these films really good.
Yeah,
really,
I agree.
Really interesting films.
I agree. They're really
kind of funny that the whole thing is just because one guy was an asshole to John Lithgow.
Yeah, indeed. It's and I like it's a coherent worldview, isn't it? They don't just change characters or story points between films just to make the drama work. It's all very coherent. You understand why humans are on the down and why apes are on the up. Yeah. I really, I have to say, apart from Tim Burton's one, which I don't mind that much, it's just not very good. I really like all of the ape films, all of them.
Yeah.
The first 5, because they're so bonkers and different.
Yeah. I'm not much a fan of, what was it, Battle?
That's the cheap one. That's almost like a TV movie one, isn't it? Really? Yeah. But I still like it.
In fact, I prefer the TV series to that movie.
Yeah, I do really like the TV series, actually. But I quite like Battle. I like the theme of, ape shall not kill ape. That's really explored heavily in Battle, though it is clearly done on the cheap compared to the others. You can tell. But I kind of like it. I like the fact Paul Williams is one of the apes, actually, as well. That's funny. I haven't said all that. I haven't been to see Kingdom of Planets, and I'm not really that bothered. If it was a 2-hour film, I would have gone to see it this hour. But when it was like, it's pushing 2.5, and it's like, I'm not sure I want to sit in the cinema that long. I'll wait for it to come out, so I'll watch it at home. But I don't know why, because I really like the 8 films. Have you seen Kingdom?
Yes, and that will be the next thing I talk.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll part that, and we'll come back to that. My next one is a book. This one's a little out left field. But I did start reading it. I was laid up for a week, so I did a lot of reading, and this was one of my main ones, and I really liked it. Well, the title, you'll never guess what it is from the title, but the title is Space Helmet for a Cow.
Okay. Is this a Douglas Adams novel?
No, it's a kind of funny but incisive history of classic Doctor Who. And the title comes from the story where he has to deal with the meddling monk, who is another Time Lord. The first other Time Lord we've seen in the series, unless you include his granddaughter Susan, is the meddling monk. Before the Master, before the Ratney, it was the meddling monk. I
thought the meddling monk was the third Doctor one.
It was the first Doctor.
Oh, okay.
It was Hartnell's Doctor. He played by Peter Butterworth, the guy, one of the guys from the Carry On team. Weirdly,
okay.
And the title comes from that story because at one point, there's a Viking helmet or something, and one of the companions asks about it, and the Doctor goes, "Well, what do you think it was? A space helmet for a cow?" And that's where the title comes from. And it's a funny book, but it's also quite in-depth and knowledgeable. It goes through each story of the heart, all of it. I'm talking about all 7 of the first 7 Doctors, from Hartnell to McCoy. But he's always got these funny asides, like, for example, he talks about how McCoy was at one point voted the best Doctor, really above Tom Baker, and he keeps saying asides like, Cue Mr. C. Baker writing furious notes to the BBC. That's the kind of tone it is. It's joking, but this guy really knows his stuff, and he's obviously a fan. So he's someone who's making fun of it as an insider, Yeah. Fans of Doctor Who will appreciate it. He's not a snarky outsider making snide comments about something he doesn't really know about. This guy knows his stuff. Great book. Absolutely great. And there's a volume 2, which I am reading at the minute, which deals with mostly, I think, the first 3 Doctors of the new series, because it was written about 8 years ago, so I think it finishes at the end of Matt Smith's run. Okay. But I'm not getting through that so fast because I am watching that era, so I'm only reading the bits once I've watched the episodes, if you know what I mean.
Where are you up to on the episodes?
I'm up to the end, getting close to the end of Tennant's era. He's just met River Song. So quite close.
Yeah, you're in the library.
I've just done the library episode. So I've got about 6 more episodes of Tennant, because he did quite a number of specials. And then it'll be Matt Smith. And I'm really enjoying it. But I watched all of the classic ones over 3 years. And I'll tell you what, you could do worse than start at Hartnell's classic Doctor Who, and read Space Helmet for a Cow alongside it. It's really fun. I've got to mention, I am also, and it's only as an aside, if anyone wanted to start watching classic Doctor Who, you could do worse than dig out a video series on YouTube called I think if you search for classic Doctor Who reactions from a Trekkie or first time watch from a Trekkie, Mike from the podcast Chinstroker versus Punter is actually watching classic Doctor Who for the first time, and he's not really watched much Doctor Who at all. He's trying to go in cold as possible. He's watching his episodes and doing reactions as he's watching them, and he's just finished the Aztecs, which I think is the fifth Hartnell story, a really good story. Maybe 6, I'm not sure. And he's doing it episode by episode. Each video episode is about 10 minutes because he edits his comments down from the 25 minutes to when he's actually saying something worthwhile. So it's about a 10-minute video. Really good series. Really fantastic series and deserves to be watched if you're watching Doctor Who at the same time. You'd really get a lot out of it because his reactions are from someone who's never seen it before. So, and if you've never seen it before, you can agree or disagree, but at least you've got some more another view. It's almost like being able to have a conversation about something you just watched, really, I guess. But yeah, the book Space. I'll repeat it again. Space Helmet for a Cow. Paul Kirkley, really good. I'm a bit. I wish he had gone up a bit like, or there was a volume 3 available with some of the later stuff, but I'm gonna keep going. I believe it stops after the end of Matt Smith. That's where I believe it stops. For the volume 2 I'm talking about. Really good read. Anyway, back to you.
Okay. So my next one is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Idithan.
Okay.
So this is a sequel of sorts to the remake trilogy. It's not like just a sort of blank redo of like Planet of the Apes or anything like that. It opens with Caesar's funeral.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then puts on frame.
So it's many years after Caesar's old at this point.
We see the very end of Caesar's funeral and the scroll on the wall of Apes Together Strong. Right. And then the little like symbol of his window from when he was a young ape. And then it goes like many generations later. And then we start the film. So this follows the adventures of Noah, our new ape protagonist, who's from like this hawk raising. It's apes that practice falconry, basically.
Yeah, is he a chimp?
Yeah, he's a chimp.
Okay.
And he, one night, he thinks they think they encounter a human briefly, but they're like, they're not, they don't exist. They're not real. They don't come here. But seemingly some other apes roll up saying that they're following the human and take his entire tribe and kill his dad.
Wow. So
he's now wandering the world trying to find the apes that killed his family, basically, and took everyone. So he has to find the kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, who are led by a very charismatic Proximus Caesar.
Okay. So reusing the title Caesar then?
Yeah, maybe. But he's the big charismatic leader of the apes, and the premise is that, how do we get the people back from that?
Yeah.
Now, it is a really good film. I was surprised by the amount of callbacks there was. So we get introduced to I think he's the orangutan, that's part of the cult of Caesar.
Yeah.
Who at one point goes, what should we call this human that we found? They find a human. Like it's in all the posters. I'm not going to be sort of sly about it. And he just goes, Nova. We'll call her Nova.
Yeah.
They always call he just like they're always called Nova. I'm not sure why. I don't know the origin of it. So,
nice.
It's just a lot of like, that kind of makes sense as a weird little mythologizing of the one human in the original that came with Caesar is Nova. So they're all Nova. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we get a lot of,
so you'd recommend it?
Characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Okay, that's good. It's still out in the cinemas. I might go see it. But if it's around next week in the middle of the week, I'll probably go and see it then. For some reason, it felt too long, and the showing started quite late, and it's like, it was one of those. But yeah, what always makes me laugh about the Planet of the Apes also is how obsessed the Simpsons seems to be with Planet of the Apes.
Okay, Simpsons did one like Planet of the Apes the musical joke.
Yeah,
and it's just like ridden so hard on that. Not saying Simpsons, but like everything refers back. Like it's in your
they
head
refer
when you're
to it more than that. Or maybe I'm thinking of Futurama. Actually,
yeah, Futurama does a lot of Planet of the Apes jokes.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Futurama. Okay, okay, cool. Right, my next one is a Netflix show, TV show based on it's kind of got the same title as an existing movie, but it's nothing to do with that movie apart from being the same kind of vibe and fun. It's The Gentleman on Netflix. There was a movie, The Gentleman, pretty good movie with Matthew McConaughey, set in England. Guy Ritchie kind of stuff, a little more sophisticated and less on the nose than some of his earlier films, though there's nothing wrong with his earlier films, they're great. But The Gentleman was a fun film, but they made a TV series and spun it out. Great show, really fun, extremely violent. You laugh a lot, you gasp a lot, because there's lots of violence as well as sudden violence, as well as kind of jokes. And it's basically like an aristocrat finding out his father had a marijuana farm on their land to make money, but he kind of wants to disassociate himself, but he kind of ends up having to do favours for them to try and get his family and land out of this business. But he also kind of digs it. So, it's not that straightforward. It's really fun, and you will gasp and laugh a lot of this show. 8 episodes, really solid. They're about an hour each. Ray Winston's in it as the head of, one of the gangs. But the casting's really good in this. They cast really well. I really like it. And I would thoroughly recommend it. I will watch it again in a couple of years, I think, but I really, really enjoyed it. I'm assuming, because I think it did quite well, there may even be a season 2. We'll see. It certainly had the possibility of continuing, no problem. But yeah, really, really good one, Netflix. Back to you.
Okay, so my next one is actually an anime series that's currently airing. It's called Kaiju Number 8. Now, the premise is that we've got our main character who's named Kafka. He is part of a basically kaiju disassembly team. This is a world where kaiju routinely attack. It's never really clear where they come from so far, or why they are doing what they're doing. But kaiju show up, start smashing stuff, and there's the anti-kaiju defense, the Japanese anti-kaiju defense force, who show up, fight the monster, kill it. And then Kafka's guys come in, chop the monster up for study, further investigation, cleanup. Kafka has been... Yeah.
Sorry, it's on Crunchyroll, right?
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. Kafka's been trying to get into the Defense Force since he was a kid, because his life... his aspiration as a kid was to be at the top, one of the strongest in the Force, with his childhood friend. She is now at the top of the Force. Yeah. He is not in the Force. And, so he ends up applying again. It's his last chance to do so. But during an incident, he somehow gains kaiju powers.
Okay.
He can transform into a kaiju.
Okay.
He uses this to try and leverage his way in. It's secretly. He's sneakily trying to use his powers to get further in the Defense Force.
Right.
And that's the sort of premise so far. Kafka and his in the know friends trying to keep him defending people, and also a secret from the military so that he can live out his dream. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, the first bit you described made me think very strongly of Pacific Rim, but being able to change into a kaiju is a different ball game, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and they're not all necessarily giant monsters. Like the kaiju is just the general term for monster.
Monster, yeah.
So there's some that are big, but Kafka's monster form himself is just only like a couple of feet taller than a person. So,
okay. Right, I see. So it's not like he can travel around inside buildings and stuff.
Yeah,
I see. Okay, cool. That sounds right. On Crunchyroll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My next one is a movie that I know you've seen, and and it's one of those movies that if you want to feel like you're on drugs but don't want to take drugs, you can watch this movie. That'd help. It is Yellow Submarine.
Oh, Christ.
From, I think, 1969.
The
bit animated bit. Basically, the Beatles had a contractual obligation to do 3 films, and they did 2 and didn't really want to do any more, but they managed to get around it by basically having a completely different person produce this film at very low cost, considering what you're seeing on the screen.
Wow!
As long as they cameoed right at the end, that it was still a Beatles film, right?
Yeah.
And the Beatles are characters in this, and there's lots of their great songs. And it's a very creative film and very striking. The imagery still, people are still familiar with it today, even if they've never seen the film, right? The Blue Meanies, Nowhere Man, things like that. I'm looking up at my wall, I've got a Yellow Submarine clock on the wall.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I remember as a kid having a Yellow Submarine dinky toy, And, everyone loved the song.
I know there is a Yellow Submarine Lego set. I
believe there is. Now, and I also believe, it was the other side of Eleanor Rigby, and I'm not sure if it was a B-side or if it was meant to be the double A, but, they brought out Eleanor Rigby, a great song, but everyone all the kids, would listen to Yellow Submarine, right? So, because it's a kid's song, really. What a film. It's a really unusual and weird film, and it's whimsical and funny. In many ways, it reminds me a bit of how Gene Wilder played Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate. He's coming up with these little phrases and stuff like that. And, that's going on. And the guys playing the Beatles sound more like Mancunians, to be honest. But that's okay. A really fun film.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Suitable for kids, right? It doesn't get boring because it's so mad and weird. And the story's a very good and evil one, isn't it? The Blue Meanies want to make everything miserable. Very appealing to a child's sensibility. And the late 60s had a lot of this kind. There was a Puff and Stuff. There was this. So it was, and other shows, Sid and Marty Krofft shows in America as well. So this was kind of, I liked it. I like it, but it is kind of a perplexing film still.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I love how sometimes the music is there for kind of just the energy of the scene. It feeds it really well, and it's really on point. Like the Eleanor Rigby, where the submarine's just kind of flying through Liverpool, and it's dreary and depressing.
Oh yeah, and Liverpool's so dreary in this. It's so dreary.
This sets a tone, and then sometimes it's wow, that guy's a real nowhere man. He's a real nowhere man, and they just roll into a song based on what they're looking at. So,
yes, and there is a character called Nowhere Man.
Yeah, the Nowhere Man is a character.
Yeah, why not? A really fun film. Still stands up. I can't believe how cheap it was when you look into it. And the animation is basic, but it's the fact is, if you took a single cell from the film, you could put it on your wall.
Yeah.
For maybe not the Liverpool stuff. Even though it is good, it's just that it would be a depressing picture. But it's got a real sort of finesse, and it's kind of very. It's got a touch of Art Deco about it, but it's also 60s psychedelia. It's clearly 60s psychedelia. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one. It was fun. Anyway, back to you.
Okay, my next one is another film. So this is Dev Patel. Dev Patel's directorial debut, and it's called Monkey Man.
I wanted to see this, but didn't get around to it.
It is a really good kind of thriller, John Wicky sort of fighting action film.
Right.
I do highly recommend it.
Yeah, Dev Patel's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I'm going to be honest. From what I'd seen of the film and all the advertising, I thought it was going to be like an urban fantasy film, like with actually about Hanuman sort of thing.
Yeah,
the monkey god in India. But no, this is the guy he basically fights with a monkey mask on, and his like stage, because he fights in like an underground boxing pit that people are gambling on, and his stage name is the Monkey King. So
yeah, I thought it was an underground. I thought it was going to be not Fight Club, but basically an MMA kind of film or something.
No, this is very much a revenge film.
Oh, nice! I like a good revenge film
with a lot of really good action, some very goofy jokes, and Sharlto Copley as a very, very over the top South African gambling lord. So
yeah, okay. Oh, Sharlto Copley, awesome! I haven't seen anything since Horrid Henry, or what? No, what was it? I can't remember.
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry, not Horrid Henry. That's a kid's book, isn't it? Yeah. I really like Sharlto Copley. Okay, I will definitely get watch this when it's available. But that does sound like my cup of tea. There was a couple of films like this I really want to see: Monkey Man and something like Boy Meets World. That looked like an extreme action film, I think it's called Boy Meets World or Boy Kills World or something like that. With Skarsgård,
like a kids show.
Well, the Skarsgård film, not The Crow, the other the Skarsgård film. Okay, Monkey Man. Nice. I wish I'd have got to see it at the cinema, to be honest. Okay. My last one for this coverage is another TV series, which I know you've seen, and you saw it way before me. I finally got around to it, which was Fallout, the TV series Fallout on Amazon Prime. Really enjoyed this. I thought it was very good, and it's made me want to play Fallout again, and I'm going to. I really liked it. It was funny seeing Kyle MacLachlan in this at the beginning as well. Lead actress was really good. I wasn't that much of a fan for the first few episodes because there was 3 quite disparate stories that weren't really connected.
Yeah.
And I only really cared about the Fallout shelter stories.
Yeah,
right?
the Vault Dwellers.
But as they converged, it got better and better, and I really liked it by the end. I would have liked a bit more closure, perhaps. I don't want to say too much, but I don't mind. I know Fallout Season 2's coming. So,
Season 2 I think is already confirmed.
Yeah. So I will watch this again before Season 2 lands. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely worth a rewatch. It was really well put together. I don't know Fallout that well. Do you think it serviced Fallout well?
Yes, but there was also apparently a lot of issues with the actual timeline of events because we know certain years where stuff takes place, and the show has very distinctly set year events that can't have happened in the terms of the games.
Yeah, I don't.
And the writers have admitted, we didn't really check that, so maybe we'll just get it shown that they've been clocking the years wrong or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably easy to fix. But I felt like it was a very coherent world by the time it got to the end of the season. When it was 3 different disparate things, it was like, I don't understand how this relates to this in any way. How are these guys actually living like that? Things like that. But then it's like, I see, they're this, they're... And it kind of made sense. And then it definitely made sense. And I really enjoyed it quite a bit. Some of it felt a bit more, actually like The Mandalorian in a good way as well.
Yeah.
To me.
You're talking about all the ghoul sequences.
Yeah. I really like, basically, Timothy Olyphant from The Mandalorian, the sheriff of that, or the lawman from that town in The Mandalorian in, I think, season 2, was it? Beginning of season 2? Kind of reminded me a lot of The Gunslinger. And also it did make me think of Dark Tower series, The Gunslinger, and that a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fallout. It's interesting how this cowboy meme has permeated sci-fi like this.
I
like it.
Sci-fi has always been Western, and Western has always been samurai, and samurai has always been everything else.
Yeah, so, absolutely. We're living in a postmodern world, clearly.
Yeah,
and we have for a long time. Okay, yeah, really good show. High recommend for me. Back to you.
Okay, so my next one is actually a webcomic that I've been reading called Batman Wayne Family Adventures. Now, this is an actual DC product, but you can read it free on, what's the actual website? Webtoon.com. And it's basically sort of between mission downtime for Batman, the various Robins, and other associated super names.
So it's like Tales of the Wayne family.
Yeah, it's shenanigans that they get up to in like slow days or anything like that.
Like so Batman is a slow day.
So you got like Batman, Robin, Red Hood, Nightwing shows up fairly often. Yeah. You also got Spoiler and various Batgirls.
Yeah,
do show up. You got Batwoman.
You got Azrael.
Batwing. Azrael hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, okay.
At least I don't think he has, because Azrael kind of has a thing of just hiding in the background. So maybe
Azrael,
he's been hidden in it.
Yeah, so. until he can burst through and, he makes an impact when he turns up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Let's put it that
My
way.
current favorite story arc was one where Alfred needed a day off, and no one would let him do anything, even though they were fucking everything up.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty fun. And on Webtoons, you say?
Free to read and very, very good.
Okay, nice artwork.
Yeah, also introduced me to a lot of like extra Bat characters in the family. Like I didn't know about the Signal or Batwing. Like that's two
I don't know
extras that I didn't know about. Like one guy has basically light powers, and he's just kind of a yellow Batman, sort of armored up.
I remember a yellow Batman.
But yeah, and then there's like Lucius Fox's son is also a bat vigilante, and we get introduced to like a lot of the like extra characters. So Catwoman very frequently in it. Talia al Ghul shows up a couple of times.
Yeah, of course.
We don't really get like the big villains. We don't get Joker, and like I say, because it's mostly downtime stuff. It's generally the sort of villains that are more sort of chill with like just messing around instead of like always going to be, I'm going to kill the Batman. So you get Harley and Ivy occasionally.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Sounds good, that one. Yeah. Cool. Right. Does that wind up? Have you got any more?
Yeah, that winds me up.
Yeah, because we are going to be doing this on the reg properly from the next episode, so we don't want to do everything we've seen. We're saving a few back for the next one. So this I think should be the very last comfy chair as a dedicated episode. For the time being, we're always changing our mind about stuff, so you never know. So, one other note, I thought I'd let you know, and I think I might have mentioned it before. So, we're coming up to 1,000 episodes. We are quick. We're getting close to 990. Let's put it that way. So, we never usually do anything special. I think one of our big ones was we talked about every film we ever covered, but we can't do that anymore. That's just too much. So we'll just do an average episode, I think, and just wave at the 1,000 as it zooms past. We'll see. Okay, cool. Let's wind up there. So, bye from me.
Bye.
Do